I have a fantastic topic that I've been thinking about over the last couple of days, and it has to do with focus and interest and the three ways that they combine. There's a fourth way, but that means you don't have any interest and you don't have any focus. So it's something you're never ever going to do anyway, so it's not worth talking about. I want to go over having focus but not having interest. So these are, some things you feel you have to do, but not really liking it. And what happens when you have something that you're focused in, but you don't have any interest, you don't have any inspiration, you don't have any motivation, you don't have any enthusiasm. It's like going to work for a job that you don't like. That's focused and lack of interest. It's something that you do all the time. You have to do it, but you're not really interested. You don't get anything out of it. Maybe you get a paycheck, but we're not talking about money here. We're talking about happiness. We're talking about enjoyment um, and growth, positive growth. So having a focus but no interest, eventually, you don't have enthusiasm, no motivation. It's like eating better for me. I'm focused on eating better, but I'm not really interested in it. It's not interesting to me. You know what's interesting to me? Especially Easter. We just had Easter that passed. Jelly beans, the really good, flavorful, juicy ones. It's like they're juicy, but they're not. It's just candy and sugar. Cadbury eggs. I love Cadbury eggs, but that doesn't do anything for me. I definitely put on a couple pounds just from eating jelly beans. So, if you have focused on eating better, but you're not really interested in it, you're not going to be as good as you want. You're not going to get any enjoyment out of it. The second part is having interest, but not having focus. This is something you want to do, but you don't have the time to focus on it. So what happens? You lack consistency, you lack results, you'll eventually risk losing interest. You have interest in something, but you can't focus the time on it. For me, back when I first started working out, I was really interested in it, but I wasn't necessarily completely focused on it. I had a lot of other things to do. I was living with my ex-wife, and dinner, laundry, dishes, taking care of the dog, taking care of the yard work. I had a lot of stuff that I was doing, and I couldn't really focus the time. I was working long hours at the dealer, and it was really tough. It was really tough. I was focused. Uh, no, I was interested in working out, but I didn't have the time to focus on it. So I didn't have any growth. Um, the sweet spot is to have interest and focus. These are the areas where you're consistent on, you see growth, it's something you do all the time and you don't even have to think about it. Look into your life and to see where those areas are, where there's a lot of focus and a lot of growth. And it could be good or bad. Could be good or bad. Focus comes from repeated patterns. You can keep doing it over and over and over, and you're focused on it. And you just keep doing it. And then it becomes something that's in your head, and you start thinking about it even before you do it. You're already thinking about it. And interest comes from that part of your brain that's getting something out of it. It's getting some sort of reward from attaining something. A bad thing that I had focused interest in was video games. When I first moved in with living with my stepkids, they were playing an online video game. A year later, they're done playing it, and Steve's playing it for 3 hours a night, playing it on weekends. The time I spent on an online game, it's tough to think about. It's tough to think about. I probably could have easily got a college degree in the hours I spent playing something that was absolutely worthless. It did nothing for me, absolutely nothing. So anyways, how do you get out of that first situation? Number one, it's having focus but not having interest. Get curious. Get curious, get curious about eating better. That's what I have to do. I have to get curious about it. I have to set small goals for myself. I'll take eating clean for 3 days in a row. I'll take eating clean for one day, even half a day, or I'll just take a meal. I just want to eat clean for just one meal, just little baby steps, and make, yay, green beans and whatever. Just, I'm eating better. No more jelly beans. That's in the past. Till next year. Small goals. Set small goals for yourself so you can start getting interested in it and your brain gets some feel-good feelings out of it. Get in a group of friends that are moving in the same direction. If you want to get interested in something, then do it with a bunch of your friends. Or find people that are doing it. And get together with them, eating better. And they talk about it. They live it. They breathe it. They taste it. The second one, you have interest, but you have no focus. How do you get that focus? You got to bring that focus level up. Well, you got to cut out the distractions, cut out the stuff that you can do away with for a couple hours, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Talking about working out. Dedicate the time to what you're interested in. Say, okay, this is my time. It's from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening. That's it. This is the time I'm going to dedicate to mountain biking. I'm interested in it. Now I'm focused on it. I can do it. Dedicate the time, cut the fluff, cut the distractions, and just do what you want to do. Third one is having focus and having interest, but maybe it's not so good for you. I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's like having, me and anxiety. I was focused on it, and my brain was getting some sort of kick out of me focusing on it and having interest in it. And everywhere I looked, I was looking for things that were going to freak me out. That video game, I had focused interest in it. I was getting something out of it from playing that game, and I was focused on it. It was literally like an act of God for me to log off, push my computer away, walk away, knowing that 3 years of my life is just getting left to just crumble away and be nothing. It was painful. It's painful. Substitute something that's good for you, something that's positive, something that will help you. It'll grow you. It will mature you. Separate the focused interest on something that's bad and the focused interest on something that's good. It's really the only way to do it. So take a look at your life. Where do you have focus and where do you have interest? Where you have both of them, that's where your attention is. That's where everything's the strongest. That's where your growth is happening, good or bad. If you want to start moving on to something different, you got to focus on it and you got to be interested in it. You got to learn about it. You got to dedicate time to it, and you got to move forward with it. For the last 4 months, I've been very focused and interested in personal development. And now I'm shifting that over to being very focused and interested in running a successful personal business. Take a look at your life. Focus and interest. They go hand in hand. You got to have them both. And that's where all the magic happens.